Hey everybody, Rob Orgel, your favorite silencer nut job. In today's video, I wanted to do a wave top view of one of my favorite rifles. Now, many of you know LMT, Lewis Machine and Tool, is one of the cat's meow companies of rifles. Now, I think a lot of people use their AR-15s as kind of like a heavy-duty use type AR-15, and it's got a lot of great merits behind it, like its barrel change system. There's these two screws right here. You loosen those out, and you can pull the whole barrel system off and replace it with a different caliber, which I think is cool. I think it's a feature that a lot of people don't use all that often. So it's nifty. It's just very proprietary, so it limits kind of the barrels down the road and some other options. However, I don't see a need to replace barrels on my AR-15s. Even with the amount of training and courses that I do, I don't find myself rebarreling guns very often because we tend to play with a few different rifles, and rarely do we have just the one rifle we train with all the time. And if you are that guy, it's probably a wise thing to do. If you're like me, you like having different toys and playing with different ones for different scenarios. So I don't really use the quick change barrel system. I like most how accurate all of the LMT rifles are from my experience. I have seen their AR-10s to their AR-15s really do incredible things. As an owner of several of them who have tested them to great lengths, that much I very much so enjoy, but also as an instructor who's put many of these type rifles through courses, I can really appreciate not just how I do with the rifle, but how many people also do with these type rifles. I will make mention of their AR-10 series being a little bit overgassed, and that's just for reliability. A lot of times these guys who are seeking contracts overgas their guns just a little bit to get that maximum reliability. Now on this platform, this is the direct gas. I have the 12-inch piston, and then I've got, I believe, an another AR-15 on the way for testing. And I can tell you the piston one is incredibly smooth, but the suppressor setting is really more for a full back pressure suppressor. So you can't tune it for the low back pressure standard suppressors. But again, LMT, enjoying the overgas thing, I guess you really don't need it. I just prefer it. On this system, this is a completely non-adjustable system, and you will see it eject forward. Even when I take the suppressor off, it will eject forward. And again, that's LMT and they're overgassing. Some of us remember Daniel Defense used to do that quite a bit too, because again, they were contract type guns. I even had one of those issued to me back in Iraq when I was a private military contractor. And those, even without a suppressor, they do overgas. So don't be offended when you see it kick forward and say, oh, that suppressor must be high back pressure. This is the SIG Hexium 556 suppressor, which I am really very impressed with. On top, I've got an EOTech 1-10, which is one of my go-to LPVOs. And then of course you see my ballistic chart right here. So I wanted you to get a chance to see this rifle and to see how it performs as one of my favorite rifles. All right, let's get the eyes and ears on and let's run it. Okay, ammunition, this is my favorite coyote round. This is the SIG 40 grain. I find this varmint ammo to really be smoking. It's around 3,500 feet per second, even out of a 16-inch gun. So I really enjoy using this for predators and for varmint, which is something I'll be doing tomorrow. Alrighty, here we go. Oh, one more thing I should make mention of, tripod. I know you guys asked me for a tripod video, and I'm going to do a tripod video very soon. I've tested several of them, not just personally, but as an instructor in my Precision Rifle 2 courses. Everyone shoots from tripod the entire 4 days. There's 2 drills that we do where we're not from a tripod. The rest of the time, we're all in tripod. So there's been a lot of fun learning evolutions that I have had personally, and a lot of my clients have had seeing all the different types of tripods come through the class. So today, I'm using an Ultradyne tripod, which I like for several reasons, and make sure you follow so you get to see that video. And if you want to hear more about tripods, comment in the comment section, tripod review, and I'll do that for you. All right, here we go. Mag up. There we go. And again, you see it gassing forward. It's kind of an overgas gun, and with the suppressor, it kicks a little bit more forward again, but I haven't had too many issues. It is still a soft shooting gun because of how heavy it is. I do wish it wasn't the proprietary barrel system we talked about earlier, so that I could change out the gas system and maybe give it an adjustable system so I can choke off that gas just a little bit more. Guys, if you like this content, do me a favor, make sure you hit that like, comment, subscribe. It really does go a long way. If you're enjoying the host reviews, make sure you write host reviews in the comment section, and I'll get you lots more host reviews. And if you want to hear more about tripods, make sure you comment below tripod review, and I'll do a head-to-head comparison on, I believe, the 5 or 6 different manufacturers of tripods I have. All right, guys, thank you for your support thus far. Stay safe, and we'll see you in the comments.